right, Antonio Bellusci joins us right now, our DIY guy.
Thank you.
And you know what? He's using shiny things.
They're beautiful, aren't they?
Copper pipes. And
I know.
you don't necessarily think DIY when you think copper pipes.
Exactly, and that's the great thing about this DIY. You know, it's really about using materials in an unconventional way.
Right.
And you know, copper pipes are great because it's a material that I really like working with because it's easy to work with.
Yeah.
And so.
And it looks good.
Thank you. Yeah, I like to take credit for the ones that we got here. This is a freestanding towel stand that I made really easy to put together because I just use straight pipes and fittings that are standard, and then I just paint it all, and then I put on my Brian Gluckstein towels.
Very nice. And you know, when people are looking for that industrial look, that is a nice way to do it.
Exactly. It looks a little edgy.
Yeah,
and then
it
I made a small table here to the side, and this one has a large porcelain tile that I just had left over from another project. And I put all the pieces together, and then I actually just glue down the porcelain tile.
Good stuff.
And it makes a little side table.
And then the candle holder, which I think is really nice. And that looks something that would be very accessible. That'd be a good beginner's, that'd be a good weird place to start.
Exactly.
If you're getting into this as a DIY, right?
I just used all my leftover pieces, and I just put all the pieces together to create a candle holder. And then I actually just dipped the bottom of it in this Abyss Benjamin Moore paint, which makes it look a little edgier, I think.
Lovely. Very nice. Okay, what are you going to teach us?
Well, the first thing I'm going to show you a little bit about the basics about copper pipes.
Okay.
So copper pipes, first of all, come in different diameters. They come in 3/4 inch and a 1/2 inch and also larger ones.
Okay.
But I like for these projects to use the 3/4 inch because it's a little bit bigger and it's a little bit stronger and it gives it a little bit more of a presence.
Okay.
And then you can purchase these standard fittings as well. And so these ones here, so this one here is what you call a T, and this one here is what you call an elbow. So if you want an intersection, you're going to use this one here, and if you want to do sort of a corner, you're going to use the elbow piece. And these are great because they actually have these built-in ridges on the inside. So when you slide the pipes inside, it automatically stops and clicks.
Okay, good.
And then the one thing you actually have to learn how to do is you have to cut copper pipes. And so what you want to do is you want to get one of these pipe cutters, and you can get them at a building supply store, and it's basically a clamp with a little wheel at the top that has a little bit of a blade, and it has this threaded screw. So what you're going to do is you're going to place your pipe inside, and you're going to screw it till it's nice and snug.
Watch your fingers, Antonio.
Just
I know
before
you've
you
done
get
this
there.
before. You know what you're doing, right?
Thank you, thank you. And then when you get it nice and tight, what you want to do is you want to rotate it 3 times around. And then you're going to want to screw it in a little bit more, and then you're going to want to go the opposite way. And
it's going to cut right through.
it's going to cut right through. And I actually put lotion on my hands just before this segment.
Of course you did.
And so that's why it's not cool.
It'll only do it if it's not being televised.
But it's really easy to do if you have it.
Just like that peel and stick wall, right?
Yeah, totally. And
So
it's
easy.
going to happen. Here we go. It's not going to cooperate right now for me. But
Look,
you know
he
what?
broke it in half.
That's exactly it.
There it is.
So what you want to do is you want to take the broken pieces and you want to actually sand them down a bit because they're going to be a little rough.
Okay.
Okay, and that way when you're putting it on a tabletop or you're handling, you don't cut yourself. And then what you're going to do is, for this little example, I made another candle holder, and I've already put these pieces together, and you're basically just going to snap them together, and you're going to push.
This is the easy part. This is actually the fun part.
Yeah, it's like Lego.
Like Lego.
For adults, exactly.
That's
and so
fun.
this one here, I just put together, and then you're going to position it as you want. And the important thing to do is to remember that you want to step back when you're assembling it. Before you glue it all together, you want to make sure it's square and it's like straight.
Right.
And then I use like construction glue or cement glue or like a super glue, and I glued it all together. And the great thing about these fittings, I don't know what it is, but I think they designed them for candles because look,
clearly
they fit perfectly.
Yeah, they were thinking that Antonio is going to want to do a project with these, so that we should make it so that they fit candles. That's
and there
so
you have
cool.
a candle holder. And these were just from leftover pieces from the other projects I made.
Very easy and very fun. And of course, you will always find instructions for Antonio's projects, including this pipe project, on our website. That is cityline.ca. Let's go to break. Stay with us.